Hi everyone, my name is Austin. I'm here at the Philbrook Museum of Art. We are currently here in our near our horticulture department at the greenhouse. This is Perilla. I'm in charge of the South Formal, but more importantly, I am the cat stylist. So a lot of times you'll see me here take a few minutes just to make sure that our cats are nicely brushed. Perilla is our kind of our queen bee. She's been around here the longest. Acer and Perilla are brother and sister. They came to us in about June of 2006, so do the math there. They are getting up there in age. Acer's no longer with us, even though Perilla is. Perilla's aged very, very well. Acer is starting to get a little older, and so now he's at a private residence. Really just doing doing phenomenally well right now.
So just to be clear, so people know, when we say he's retired, he really is retired. He's not dead. He's not dead. He's living in a private house. He's doing great.
I would say more than anything, he's living his best life, his second life even, maybe his 9th or 10th life, however you want to view it. But he's doing great. He's getting a lot of cuddles and a lot of scratches, a lot of playtime, a lot of one-on-one with one of our really good friends now. So it's great. Cleome is our third cat. She's the newest one. She came here in about 2013. Everyone thinks she's very secretive and she tucks away behind some different grasses at times, and she seems secretive. But really, I think more than anything, she is actually taking the place of what Acer used to do, of greeting guests and coming up, and she's honestly, she's a lot more cuddly than she used to be. She's still a hunter, or a huntress at heart, but more than anything, she really is starting to become quite the lap cat. So a lot of times when we have our horticulture meetings, one of them, either Perilla or Cleome, will come up and sit in our lap. So a lot of times you can see that happening. But as of yet, she's still very much a huntress. So we'll go and we'll try to take a little tour of what some of the paths you might see of the cats. Maybe Perilla will follow us, but more chances than not, she'll probably end up sunning herself and taking a nap. So
a couple of questions people have are, Perilla, where does the name Perilla?
So Perilla and Acer and Cleome are all different types of plants. Perilla is known for more of the foliage and the type of patterning that you'll see on some of that foliage. So you'll see here, it kind of reflects that. Cleome is also known as the spider flower. Very beautiful. It grows very rapidly. Cleo is a very strong cat. She's a large cat. And Acer or Maple, Acer and Maple, those congruent names. So all of the plant life here at Philbrook, and we try to name our cats after that.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead and follow us. So right now we're kind of out here in front of the greenhouse. If you look over here, you'll see some of our snapdragons that are starting to bloom. A lot of times you actually see our cats go in. They'll use the litter box that we have inside, but sometimes they'll use our cut flower garden here, and they'll add a little bit more compost as well. And sometimes they do use the bathroom out in our other flower beds and everything, but such is life. They have access to all the heat that they want, all the air conditioning they want, all the water and all the food. Perilla actually, she's kind of on a diet right now because she's getting older in age, and she's just not quite as able to get up and down into her little perches as often. So she's lost a little bit of weight right now, and she's doing really, really well. But you'll see her kind of getting around the garden. Let's go to one of the places that she usually hangs out to. Like I said, Perilla's kind of the queen bee. She really is the lounging cat out of the group. Oftentimes you'll see her here on the film lawn come and greet guests. So she'll come from kind of the greenhouse and our shop area. She'll come through the private gates here. She'll slip through one of these nooks and crannies, and she'll come out by the hippo statue, and she'll greet some of our guests here on our film lawn, this nice green area. She really likes to, under here, she likes to take a nap here in the shade a lot of the time. So be looking. She doesn't get too far out in the gardens as much as Cleo does, but she will be seen around here a lot of times. Now, thinking about where Cleo goes, so she's kind of the hunter. She does some pest control for us. We have a lot of rabbits and a lot of squirrels around here. But one of her favorite snacks are actually the skinks that you'll see up in the rock garden sometimes and be slithering through. They look kind of like small lizards. But she really enjoys those. And when Acer was still with us before his retirement, she would actually bring some of those skinks in her mouth, and then she'd bring them to Acer, and then Acer would eat them, just because he wasn't as active as he was, but he really enjoyed getting a snack from them. So part of the pathways that we have through here, Cleo really enjoys going up the ramp here and into the East Formal Garden, and then sometimes you can really tell, actually she's over there right now if you want to go maybe take a look at her, because you can really tell when she's actually on the prowl and hunting, or if she's looking more for some pets from the guests. You can tell sometimes by her behavior, she gets a little skittish. So if you come up on her, and her eyes are she has those really narrow slits in her eyes, you can really tell, and then she'll bolt off, and she gets a little skittish, but sometimes she's really just looking for a nice little scratch. Ooh. Let's see if we can't find Cleo.
So are the cats given heat and AC during the kind of more hot and cold months of the year?
Yeah, they really get to choose where they want to be, and they do a really good job of doing that. The horticulturists here, they kind of consider themselves to be roommates or co-workers with them. So a lot of times you'll see them in the heat of the day. They'll come into the shop and they'll lay on the cool concrete and the AC, and then during the colder months, they'll come in where the big heater's at. And you'll see a lot of pictures of Perilla napping at some of the chairs, and that's where she likes to stay during the colder time. So Cleome here, she's probably been out and about. She was napping earlier today, and right after she naps, she usually likes to go and explore. And she's very talkative. Yeah. Sometimes she'll meow at you when she's ready to be petted. What's an odd thing is when she goes to her food bowl, she really likes to be scratched while she eats. She doesn't eat a whole lot of the food that we give her because she likes to snack on our rabbits and squirrels a lot, but when she does eat the food, she really does like to be petted while she eats it. So a lot of times she'll spend some time on the film lawn, and then she'll go up into the East Formal Garden, and you'll see her kind of come up here through the yews and do the oak leaf hydrangeas here under one of our red buds. Right now she's getting a little bit of fiber here, a sedge.
A lot of people ask, do the cats serve a real purpose in terms of pest control?
Yeah, they really do. So they don't venture, the parts of the garden where they don't venture out to, you can tell a big difference. So for our pansies and our tulip show that we do every year, out farther in my garden in the South Formal, there's a lot of rabbits out there, and she doesn't get out there as often, but when she does a really good job of actually taking care of some of those pets. This year I haven't seen her out in the South Formal as much, and we've actually had to spray some deterrents, some capsaicin spray or hot pepper spray onto those tulips so that the rabbits don't eat them, because they were getting munched on quite a bit. So yes, they really do provide a valuable service, and it's pretty humane. I think it serves both the cats and their natural behavior, and then also kind of the natural flux of the population of squirrels and rabbits as well.
So we've started a pen pal program with the cats.
So the pen pal program has been extremely popular. There's a lot of mail flooding in right now. We actually have a very specific mailbox for the cat mail, labeled Cleo, Cleome, Perilla, and Acer. So you can still write to Acer if you'd like to, but
yeah, Acer's retired, but he's still taking mail.
Right, still taking mail.
Okay.
Cleome and Perilla, though, I think they're pretty excited about it. I think they might actually have their signature on some of those letters that they're going to write.
Yeah, we'll break some news here. The cats will have their own personalized stationery they'll be responding to, and maybe a couple little special things in each envelope if you get a letter back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So, if you're actually watching her right now, you can just tell by her body posture and behavior, she's wanting to hunt just a little bit. And sometimes you'll see her dive right into those Solomon seal up there and go for something.
Action shot there.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be something? Pop something that came out with it. So a lot of times you'll see her kind of slinking up here, up and around some of our rock garden areas and up near our statue up there. If we follow the stairs, you can kind of see some pathways. I would say we could climb up there and get at some of the views that she gets under. I don't know if you wear your rock climbing shoes.
So a couple people have asked what's the address to write the cats. The address, we will post it in the description here, but it's Philbrook Museum. Just look up the address for the museum. It's 2727 South Rockford Road. You can just Google the address for Philbrook and send it directly to the museum. You can address it to the cat's name or just to the cats or the Philbrook cats or the garden cats, and we'll make sure they get it.
So right here is our rock garden area. This is where Cleome hunts quite a bit. This is where she catches a lot of her skinks here. Like I said, that's one of her favorite snacks that she'll eat in front of us. As we go up here past the rock garden into the east, this is actually where she catches a lot of rabbits. And up there on top of the terrace, maybe I'm pointing at it, right? She is actually found there a lot, just lounging around looking for the next visitor come pet. And a lot of us talk that she has kind of felt that shift from Acer's retirement, and now she feels a little bit of responsibility to go up there and greet the guest. A lot of times it's kind of odd because you do think of her as this huntress, but she does get up there and she is purposely waiting for some of those pets. So be looking for her up there on the terrace, up here in the east, and then sometimes along the pathway leading to the film lawns and everything. So if you guys have any other questions, write to the cats. They'll write you back. Anything else I missed, Jeff?
I think that's it. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, thank you guys.